Hi, welcome back to Sweets and Beyond. Today's not going to be a cooking video. It's going to be a channel update, some Q&A, and a little bit of a rant. So let's get started. A while back I had posted on Facebook a question, and if you want to interact with me more, that's the best place where you can talk to me, on Facebook, Sweets and Beyond. You can go in the channel where it says about, you can click there and it lists my Facebook link, and just click on that, and that's the easiest way that you can get one-on-one interaction with me. So let's start. Aracelis asks, ¿cuál es tu plato favorito? So my favorite plate, it has to be empanadillas de pizza. I have said it a zillion times. It moved. Then it says, ¿y qué plato no has preparado que quisieras preparar pero no lo has preparado porque es muy complicado? So she's asking, what plate do I love, but I usually don't prepare because it's too complicated. Not complicated, but time consuming is to make a pernil, because you have to cut it and season it and wait. I think that would be it. Lucy says, my comment is to compliment your videos. Your display and articulation on your meals is excellent. I would just like for you to list the ingredients for each dish. I understand that, Lucy. I used to do that before, but I had a little bit of an issue with people or websites taking my info and using it as their own. So that's why I have my own website. It's still a work in progress because it's myself and my husband and now my daughter who's filming. It's just us. I don't have any help other than us. So a good friend of mine is helping me on his spare time. He's helping me with the website. It's www.sweetsandbeyond.net, not .com, .net. And there I'm going to start listing everything once I figure out how to post it. Linda asked, can you advise us of what you can sell and ship as far as spices and herbs? And will you ever create a recipe book? I don't know if I could ship anything. I mean, I'm not in the business of selling stuff, so I don't know. A recipe book. I would love to have a recipe book, but it takes a lot of money if you're going to do it on your own. And what I want, it's not a little pamphlet, it's not going to be a little booklet. I want something really nice and beautiful, and I would need a publisher to do that. Let me see, I'm reading them. Let me see. Would you ever consider living in Puerto Rico if the opportunity presented itself? Lisa asked this. Not really. I like where I live. I like Orlando. Carrie Colon asked, I love your passion for utilizing and developing healthier seasonings such as the adobo. I guess my question to you is, what is your inspiration for doing all of this? How do you develop those seasonings? It must take a while. It does. But if I read the ingredients and I start testing them out, like in the video for the avocado and tomato salad that I use a little garden and veggie seasoning from Sazon, I tried it. I read the ingredients and I started mixing them until what I had tasted like the little pack. Let me see. What is Luz Molinari asked, what is the happiest moment you have lived as a child? Well, I'm happy to say that there's many. I think my favorite memories are of my dad packing up the car, and almost every weekend we would go camping on the beach, on some beach in Puerto Rico. Oh, Lisa Walrond. I hope I said your name right. Have you started to teach your daughter how to cook? And is she interested? She's laughing right now. She is more interested in eating than in cooking, but she makes a beautiful and amazing white rice. She has this down pat. Every time she makes it, she has to call me because the spoon is standing straight up. But I started learning how to cook in my 20s, so I don't think she has a rush to do it. Marisol MJ Sanchez says, I think you're absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I don't think so. And you have taught me so much. My question for you is, how long have you been cooking? And may I have a shout out on your next Q&A video? Hi, Marisol. Like I said, I started cooking in my 20s. I mean, I had no need to because my sister, my mom, and my grandmother are all amazing cooks. And I didn't feel the need to start cooking until I got a boyfriend and I wanted to get married. And I knew I had to learn how to cook. Let's see. Let me see. I'm sorry. There's so many that. Oh, you have Maria Ovido Aponte asks, you really have inspired me to do more home cooking, which my hubby loves. Honestly, I prefer to cook at home because every time, if you want to eat for free, invite me to a restaurant because they always mess up my meal. So that's why I prefer to cook at home. She asked who inspires me. I will have to say my mom and my grandma. Let me see. So this is the first part. Now I posted one today. So I'm going to go to those questions. Okay, so now let's start with the new questions. Reinablo, I hope I spelled that right. He says, I love your bistec encebollado recipe. Can you share the best way to tenderize steaks? I mean, I usually either buy a good cut of beef that you don't have to tenderize, or you have, like I use my my meat tenderizer or vinegar or a crock pot. Maria asks, hello, I love your recipes. Thank you. Do you have any more slow cooker recipes? I just love the roast ropa vieja. My family loves that recipe. Okay. Also, I can't find your recipe for mojo sauce. I mean, if you go to my channel on YouTube, there's going to be like a little magnifying glass and you can click there and write mojo sauce, and then YouTube will search for it within my videos. Juan David Rivera de Cuadrado asks, I genuinely appreciate the traditional ways, but could use some healthier options. Could you present them in your videos, please? Big fan. Thank you, Juan David. I may cook for videos like this, but I don't eat like this every day. I'm trying to show traditional, well, what I think is traditional Puerto Rican cooking. Like I have a couple of recipes that are a little bit healthy, but everything in moderation. Alex Saboca says, do you have it? And I'm sorry if I'm murdering your last names. I'm so sorry. Do you have any plans to grow your channel and blog and make this into a new career? You're easy to watch, providing clear instructions, and your recipes never require tinkering either. Also, since appearance matters to many people, your clear skin and pretty face will always be assets. Thank you, Alex. Not really. I mean, this started like a hobby and now it's grown a little bit bigger, but I think I can still manage my regular work career and this. But like I said, the website is in the works. Maria, again, Maria, I already answered. I've seen you post some of the bad and negative comments you receive from some obviously ignorant people. My question to you is, how do you manage to keep your cool and not let them annoy you? Well, you don't see, they do annoy me, obviously, because, you know, people sometimes, like you said, are very ignorant. And as you have heard, I can speak fluently in Spanish. I don't have any New Yorican, like they say, accent because I never lived in New York. I was born and raised in Ponce, Puerto Rico, like I told you before. I left Puerto Rico when I was 26 years old. Yeah, sometimes it's like negative. Why do people take, that was my rant, by the way. Why do people take the time out to write, paragraphs of garbage to me when I can see other people's videos that are, I think, not as good, and they criticize me? But I understand, you have to have a thick skin, and it comes with it. I'm putting myself out there for people to see me, and of course I know I'm going to get negative comments. Before, I used to answer all of them. Now I just delete and block. See ya, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Okay, Matthew Huckabee. I'm curious to know if Puerto Ricans barbecue, and if so, what kind of seasonings do they use, and what kind of wood, if any, they would use. From what I know, it's typical, like we say, Puerto Rican seasoning, which is salt, pepper, garlic, salt. It's like what we normally would season, like pork. I don't remember ever having a different kind of, but I'll research on that and see what kind of wood they use. I know they use leña, but I don't know what type of tree the wood came from. Marilyn asks, will you ever do a cookbook? Like I said, it takes time, effort, and a lot of money to make a beautiful cookbook. And I would have to have a beautiful cookbook. Evelyn Rodriguez says, I'm a big fan and I love the recipes. And when are you and your husband going to do something together where he talks to you? In what sense? Do you want us together sitting and talking to each other, or do you want us like cooking a dish together? Just let me know in the comments down below if that's what you want, if you want to see us interacting together and putting together a dish. Lorraine asked, why don't you rent a room, charge your subscribers a certain amount so they could come and meet you? Also, you could cook your dishes and we could taste them. I could never, well, I can't say never. I wouldn't feel comfortable charging people to come and see me, really. Because what you see here is not what you see walking at Walmart at 3 o'clock. I'm not kidding. I don't know. Maybe if there's a lot of people in Central Florida, which I live in Central Florida, if they ever want to do a meetup, just like I said, message me or write a post on my Facebook page, and we'll see what happens. I'll show up if somebody plans it. Oh, and for shout outs. A while ago, I was having dinner with my mom and my daughter. I think I was at Taco Bell, and I had bought Kentucky. So imagine me, no makeup, my hands greasy, eating chicken, and I feel somebody like looking at me. And then all of a sudden somebody comes over and said, excuse me, are you Ida from Sweets and Beyond? Like no makeup, my hair, I look horrendous. And I said, yes. So a big fan. So her name is Alondra, and I think her sister is Andrea. So they wanted a shout out. So hi. And especially to the husband, Michael, which I hear loves the recipes. So another thing, how beautiful. I hope you can see this. This is Monterrey Peninsula highlights. This is in California. This is a beautiful postcard that was sent to me by Sonia Suarez. How beautiful. This is my first fan mail, and I will keep it and treasure it forever. So if you want to send me something, you're not obligated, but a postcard, anything you feel, you can send me at Sweets and Beyond, P.O Box 721-534, Orlando, Florida. Hopefully you can see it right there. It's also in the description link down below. You can see it there too. It's always there. So, nice to be let's see what else. Well, that was my rant. A lot of people comment asking me, Why don't I do my videos in Spanish? Why don't I do my videos in Spanish? Simply, I don't want to. It's not that I don't feel comfortable talking in Spanish because like I said, I'm fluent in Spanish. It's just, I prefer and I want to reach a bigger audience. I want to reach the person that went to visit Puerto Rico once and loved the mofongo and wants to make it. And this way they can with my videos. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I always say thumbs up and share me some love because that helps me in YouTube with the rankings. You know, it helps me bump me up. So if you like this video, it will truly help me. And after this, there's going to be a little box that says click to subscribe. Click on that if you haven't subscribed. Even though I didn't cook, buen provecho.